Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today in a pre-recorded episode, which is either going up on Thursday or it's on Christmas Eve. So I don't know what day it's going up. What day is Thursday? I guess we'll do both intros. Like right now, it's 10:32 p.m. on Thursday the 22nd of December or Saturday the 24th of Christmas of December. So either Happy Christmas Eve or Happy Thursday, I suppose. Yeah, because I'm busy Thursday evening, so I don't know if I might have time to record in the morning depending how things go, but I'm not going to bake in that possibility. I might not be, but I'm definitely busy on Saturday and Sunday, unsurprisingly Christmas Eve, Christmas Day itself. So I'm definitely going to pre-record an episode which is going to be uploaded on one of them. So honestly, you know, I kind of want quick customizations right now. You know, I don't have a lot of time. I'm recording this at 10:30 p.m. You know, I've been pressed for time recently. The backlog's not been great. So if I have opportunity to have a quick customization, you'll have to bear with me as I absolutely go for it. Or, you know, probably what's more likely to happen is I'm going to work purely off pure instinct. So, you know, get ready for that. But I feel like I did this last year as well, to be honest. So apologies for that, a little bit of a pause, but we are here to carry on some customizations. We're here to vibe, we're here to relax, we're here to make houses, we're here to interior decorate. I don't really know where I was going with this bit. We're here to do stuff. We're here with the usual happy home paradise business. You know what you're here for, you know what you signed up for. I also didn't do a prediction of who we're going to do, but let's see what we've got. Climb mountains, okay. A basketball hoop. I don't think have we done a basketball court? I'm trying to think. We've done football, we've done beach volleyball. Have we done basketball? Something is telling me we haven't, so we might do his. You want a reading plants, secret base, that sounds quite hard. Ice after workouts and farm work in peace. I'm gonna go with a basketball court, to be perfectly honest. I cannot remember if we've done a basketball course or not, but a basketball court should be supremely easy, which is, you know, as I say, I'm going definitely going for the easy ones now. Go for the harder ones when I have, when I'm like, you know, it's not 11 p.m. Have I done? Something is telling me I've done something like a basketball horse. What? Am I okay? Something like a basketball court, but I don't think I've done. Oh, let's do this one and do a street basketball court outside. You know, that's an interesting idea. I was literally just about to say I have no idea what I'm going to do for the outside, but that's an interesting take on it. I'm pretty sure we've only done football and volleyball. I don't think we've done a basketball, but you know, done a basketball court. But you know, we've done similar things before. We can do them again. We can make it a little bit different. We can make it more like a gymnasium, I think, rather than necessarily a basketball court in of itself. Because basketball gymnasiums, they have like a lot more basketball hoops around the place, etc., etc. Then we can have like a street basketball 3-on-3 thing outside and just make it sort of like very street-esque. So we'll see how it goes. I also feel like the one when we did the football one was like the fastest customization we had. There's one customization we had where I actually spent less than 20 minutes on it somehow. Probably because the inside was very easy and the outside was incredibly easy. This might be another one of them. I'm not on purposely trying to recreate that per se, but it's more like if it happens, it happens. But let's see if we have an actual basketball court flooring, which we don't. We have gym flooring. We can do street. Okay, why don't we make it a street basketball area? Because that is what I had in mind to begin with, to be honest. Like a back alley for basketball, and I remember the back wall I kind of want just to be like a brick. You know, something like this. I'm not sure if I want black brick necessarily. And outside can be. What if we're going to do this in? No, because this is what we're going to do outside. What are we going to do inside if we do? What are we going to do outside if we do this inside? We can make put vending machines. No, we should save the street basketball for outside. Let's make this an actual gymnasium, I think. Gym locker room, street art. It's a bit weird, some of these options, I'm not gonna lie, but this is kind of what we're going for, because a gymnasium, at least, you know, can be a gymnasium, right? You know, it's a bit of a flexible prompt in the first place, while a basketball court, you know, only so many things can really be a basketball court. You know, it's not like basically I can do a basketball court for a gymnasium, but I can't do a gymnasium for one which is a basketball court. Kind of. It's basically what I'm trying to say. And that's not necessarily true, but it's more like a gym, since a gym is, I don't know why I keep saying gymnasium, it's a very sort of like American way to say it, isn't it? It's just sort of like, you know, you want to be conscious of what is applicable one way, but not the other. So that stuff we'll leave outside. So literally the inside is going to be the easiest inside in existence. It's just going to be this, and then outside we'll do the street basketball stuff. So this is like where official stuff happens, or official play making things happens, a TV camera. I don't want to make it exactly the same as the football thing, so... Oh, I guess outside we could do like an actual gym. No, inside we could do a gym, outside we could do street basketball. I don't really know, but I feel like this is going to end up being rather similar to like all the other two customizations we've done before. Which is, you know, it's not bad or anything necessarily. It's just like sort of... I hope it doesn't feel too derivative. Is what I'm going for. But on the same hand, you know... So not the same hand. On the other hand, you know... It's not rather a derivative per se, it's more like, you know, basketball. I was going to say basketball courts have evolved. That's not really what I meant, but like, you know, they have a specific use and they're well defined within their specific use. So it's not like they try to sort of like innovate on basketball courts. Like, why would you need to innovate on a basketball court when they're kind of doing fine right now, as is. So we'll have these sort of green and yellow colours, I think, as our billboard colorizations, just to make things, you know, not sort of interesting is necessarily the right word, but keep things fresh, keep things toasty. Because I'm not sure if I used the green and yellow colouring last time as well. Maybe I did. Who knows? We'll try and keep the adverts feeling different by putting them in different locations across the room. And really, that's kind of bare bones, but that's kind of all we really need. I think I'd like the artificial gym light like this, and that's basically it. That's basically all you need on the inside, I think. And then we'll just give you a basketball tee, and then, you know, the inside will be done. Basketball tank? Yeah, okay, we'll give you a basketball tank. I mean, no, literally no better time to actually give you it than, you know, the basketball customization. I'll give you the yellow and green one, green and yellow. Yellow and green one, because I think we gave the other person a green and yellow one. Also, I was just thinking, like, are there any hats which make sense? Are sweatbands a thing in Animal Crossing? I don't know if you can give the villagers sweatbands necessarily, but if you could, that'd be... I'm not going to say it's useful necessarily, but it would be quite nice, because it'd be like, oh yeah, this is quite fitting, methinks, but otherwise, let's just leave it like that, you know? Let's not overcomplicate things if we don't need to. And, you know, you might be like, that's a bit basic for a basketball court, but this is the rarer situation where I think the outside might be significantly more interesting than the actual inside of its customization. The inside is just sort of like, it's got a prompt, it just needs to fulfill that prompt. It fulfilled that prompt, done. Now, the outside's hopefully where we can do a little bit more pizzazz into it. Maybe we should make it look more like a gymnasium, so let's give it quite a big sort of home if we can. I don't understand why we can't do like siding with that house. I guess because it literally just isn't programmed into the game, because they didn't expect you to want to do so. But I don't know why I chose a white exterior here. I don't know why I chose orange here. Yellow and green. That's kind of gross. Not gonna lie, but it's a unique it's a unique colorization, so we're gonna roll with it. It looks hideous. That's all I can really say. Like, you might be like, why commit so hard to this yellow-green aesthetic? And it's because, you know, I haven't done something with yellow and green aesthetic like this before, so why not? Give it those gymnasium colours. Are those gymnasium colours? I don't really know. But anyway, what I definitely want to do is I want to have a fence out. I've apparently just sort of chosen green and yellow as the actual main sort of colorizations we're doing, but we definitely want these fences to sort of give the impression of a street here. I think this is an illusion I used multiple times. So we'll go like this, and it's like, ooh, you know, you can... I wonder if I want to... It seems a bit too close to the edge. I think I do want to move it up ever so slightly. One more? Yeah, maybe one more. I was a bit too close to the edge right now. Something like this. And then what you do is you do that. Remove this one maybe. And then have this one sort of lead up to there. And then like, you know what we're going to put around here? We're going to put an outside basketball hoop where people are playing, you know, 3-on-3, shooting some b-ball outside of school. When a couple of thugs up to no good started causing trouble in my neighbourhood, I got in one little fight. You know what I'm going with this. I've sort of run its course, I think. Conversationally, I was just seeing if we can get a different colour basketball, but no, it's just ball itself. Which is a bit of a shame because you can definitely get different colour basketballs. Which could make things a bit more visually interesting. I was going to be like a ball catcher is probably a good idea. Well, it's a good thing we use green as our main colorization colour because, here we go, more greens. We'll put stuff over here. And then we could put some vending machines, I think, outside. Or telephone poles probably make more sense outside, right? Utility pole, you know, same thing. It's not really the same thing, but we'll do it like this, and then it sort of gives the impression that it keeps on going. The road, we could put a manhole cover here. I think also putting a bicycle down might not be a bad idea. I think putting a hand washing area is an interesting idea. Intriguing, at least. I'm not sure of a garden faucet's what I'm really looking for, so I don't know why I clicked on it, but so it's just like a greyish hand washing area. Like, not the most unreasonable thing to see outside. Why don't we move that over a little bit? And then we could put some vending machines in the corner here. That's me in the corner. Drinks machine. Next to the sporting things, you know, sponsored. Just in case you want to get, you know, a bottle of like some refreshing Lucasade. I was trying to think of a sport drink, to be honest. I'll have a white one. What does it say on the side? It looks like it says like rocks or normal, which is not a word, but something like that, white and green, why not? You could probably get a bin around here as well. What else makes sense? Step ladder. Just seems like a random enough thing that you might see in a sort of like back alley area that I wouldn't really question it. Definitely put some bottles of water down. Not going to make them blue, we're going to make them green. Actually, clear and green. Oh, we can make like Mountain Dew or something. Which, by the way, I've never had. It doesn't... It's not very... Well, I was going to say it doesn't exist in the UK. That's just definitively not true. But it's not very common. It's not really like a go-to drink like it is in America. It's not like one of the common ones that you list out, you know. You won't be like, oh, you know what, Coke, Fanta, Mountain Dew. True, Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper's also not so common a one. I also might just be lying. It might be they might be a lot more common nowadays, but, you know, at least personally for me and growing up they're not ones I've seen very often. And Mountain Dew is not one I've ever seen except for like an American section of like supermarkets or something. So as far as I know, it doesn't exist. Paint cans? I'm basically just using the given options here because they're kind of interesting. I don't think paint cans make sense because we don't have any waters to actually spray paint on. So I'm just trying to think what else would make sense. We should definitely change the timing. I think early morning. We're not trying to have like some bad boys out here playing some b-ball. We're just trying to, you know, have a nice greeny yellow sort of aesthetic to it. I don't want fall either. I wonder, does this automatically change to the season we're in right now? I don't know. But I think spring will probably give me that green-yellow colorization I want. What other things would be pretty reasonable to see on the street? A plastic bench? Oh, I was going to say a bike. Yes, that's right. But it's like an outdoor section, isn't there? I should probably find a bike, because I don't remember exactly where the bike is. So if we can find B... It might be called mountain bike now I think about it. Is that true? Is it called mountain bike? I mean, it should be here if it wasn't. So let's go find M. You know what starts with M? Mushroom. Whoa, crazy! I know, right? I don't know why I'm getting conversation. This is what happens. It's 11 p.m. You know, I'm tired, but I'm just like, you know. I also want to do some Animal Crossing Happy in Paradise customization, but, you know, my mind's not up for the effort I need to put in to actually have, like, proper words, proper conversation. It takes a lot more effort than you might realise. You didn't even realise that we just, like, exited customization screen for somehow. But we can put like the bike here, so it's like tied to the utility pole. Okay, we can't put it that close, so I guess we can't really. We'll do that. Let us put some scattered papers, I think, on the floor might help. Vehicles is an interesting idea. I don't know if we want to. Traffic cones probably make sense. It's sort of like, don't go beyond here. Because there's construction going on there. Implied rest of the scene following out from that direction. Even though it doesn't exist. What other stuff makes sense? Fire hydrant? I guess so. Or scaffolding. Construction scaffolding is an interesting idea. As I say, there's a bit of construction going on somewhere. Maybe over here. Let's put the basketballs here, then put the construction scaffolding over here. It's like the place next door is having a bit of renovations, which is why the construction workers are in here. But you know, still taking a little bit of time to play some basketball. In which case, the stereo might make a bit more sense up here. Does that look okay? I think it looks fine, to be honest. I don't really know what else I'd put down. We could put a fence down, but like, why? We could put... I mean, it's a very simplistic customization, but also it doesn't really need all that much. It is, as I said, a basketball, you know, court at the end of the day. It's not like basketball courts are the most in-depth thing in the world. Well, maybe they are. You know, we had back in our school, we had this basketball court. We had the 6 normal basketball hoops, which were like on like swivels on the side of a wall. But then we had other ones which basically had to press a button and it would lower down from the ceiling. And they were really big. And they basically only came out when we with the school had like matches or that sort of thing, which I did not partake in because obviously I was not in the basketball team. But we did have like a sports competition once, and unsurprisingly, you might find out to learn that UK schools are generally divided up into houses, and I actually played basketball for one of the house competitions. Why? Because I think there wasn't enough people or whatever, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And they were like, "Yeah, why not?" You know, we heard you were pretty good, and I was like, "I'm pretty good." Like in the lower, like we had 4 like PE classes, and like I was in like group 3, which is a 3 out of 4. You know, the third highest one, which is basically not for people who don't want to do PE. It's people who want to do, you know, the PE class, but you know, are also just not very good. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of good in that category. I'm not very good compared to the others. You should really get like literally anyone else in group 1. But you know, I was there anyway. I think I did literally nothing. I don't even remember what position we came, to be honest, but I had a good time. You know, I just developed a strategy of just being an absolute nuisance by basically just standing in front of their best player the entire time so they can never receive the ball. That's all I remember doing. Anyway, did we win? I've got no clue. That was an incredibly quick customization. Probably helped by the fact that I don't even know what else we'd put in here. I don't even know if we want lighting. I guess we want stadium. I mean, we could put stuff on the side, but I don't really know if I want to as much. I'm also not sure if I want a cheering stadium as much as I want like a gymnasium. Because we've already done like 2 cheering stadiums, haven't we? Like gymnasium walls are just kind of like this, aren't they? That's what I imagine when I think of a gymnasium, at least. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm going to get rid of the windows, but I'm going to keep that. Because this is what like a gymnasium feels like to me. Why is none of them like a gymnasium? I don't know. Despite the fact I said I wasn't going to quite do a gymnasium. Oh, you know what? We should put like actual like ceiling lights on. You know what the classic, and I always use these for like any sort of like public facility. But I mean, you see them in every single public facility. Although these ones might be a little bit low, which end up making them kind of dangerously close, I think, to the basketball hoop. So that might be a little bit of a concern. We could instead put them over here. Now that just only interferes with 3-pointers, but you know, who goes for a 3-pointer anyway? But I think it just adds a little bit something. Otherwise, I think this customization looks just a little bit too empty. Otherwise, I think we should also put like a clock on the wall or something. Because there's not many things which you would reasonably expect to see That's interesting. We don't have a giant like digital clock. We've only got analog clocks. I've literally never noticed that. There's only like so many things you'd expect to see like in a gymnasium, I think. So, you know, we've got to be very selective about where we put them to make sure things are properly like sort of spaced out. And I think a light switch seems reasonable as well. Light switch and breakers feel reasonable. We've done a lot of white on white though, which feels like a cardinal sin, but it also is, you know, a gymnasium, as I keep saying. It's not the most unreasonable thing. Surveillance cameras feels reasonable. You know, maybe have a surveillance camera over here just to make sure people aren't doing anything crazy or whatever, like breaking and using the gym's facilities after the gym's already been closed for the day or something. Just something to give it a bit more sort of vertical visual interest, because otherwise it is very empty, isn't it? I guess we could put people on the court. Hold on. Let's get those little mannequin people. Or mannequin kids. Wherever they may be. Dancing wherever they may be. Because if we put them then it looks like we're playing BB. And of course you know BB means basketball. Oh, this guy's cool. He's got like a cap on. You know, why don't we have this? We have this guy over here. Just tons of people playing a load of basketball, you know? I don't know why you'd be wearing a shirt, I suppose, playing basketball. That's interesting. I mean, again, it's a bit uncannily creepy, I would say, but it's certainly a bit more visually interesting, I think, than just leaving it be. How about that? That's a way to certainly make it a bit more interesting, I think. What do you think about Moose? It's ready. A very swift customization. Might literally be the fastest one yet. I don't know. Quite possibly. I can't remember the other one I did, which was super fast. You know, I kind of regret using such a strong light now. It reflects a bit too much on white light, but I don't know. That also gives me a sort of like gymnasium feeling of just like really bright light reflecting on like really shiny squeaky floors. Like if only they had an ambient noise which is made by like squeak noise of like sneakers on floorboards. Unfortunately, does not exist. But I'm sure other people have probably done much more interesting customizations for this than I have, but still. I think this is okay. At least it feels different enough, I think, on the other sporting ones, because now it's an actual gymnasium, right? We've done so many sporting ones, which are just like live sporting venues. So, you know, having one which is much more locally based feels a bit more, like I'm doing something slightly different rather than sort of being like, here we go, making like the 4th sporting event again. Now, hold on. I wanted to put you as a referee. Oh no! Oh no! So then, like, you'd be conducting how the game goes, something like that. Because otherwise, if you do the camera shot from above, I think you'd be like, whoa, this looks incredibly empty. And it is a little bit empty, I'm not gonna lie, you know. I'll be the first to admit it. It looks a little bit empty. But it's kind of also the point, I suppose. And, like, I mean, what kind of basketball court would it be if you had, like, a load of things on the basketball court itself? Not many people have done this customization. There's literally only one other customization I can see. Oh, and that looks like a perfectly reasonable customization. I think it's probably a combination of it's not the most intriguing prompt in the world, and Moose is not a very popular character, I'm going to be honest. But hey, there we go. I'm still glad that we could bring his basketball court hoop dreams to life. And I'm going to work a little bit longer because I'm going to record one other episode today. But for now, I'm going to round off this episode here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Join me Darling Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell as we wait out this loading screen. And so potentially merry happy holidays to you. Or Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. But bye-bye for now.